Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we're back on the night shift. And I had to make a video, just came from vacation. And now we are back here live talking about ZBCN's Google visit. The super app is about to drop in the European payroll bank rumor. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And this is massive news for ZBCN. So let's go. Thanks for joining the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So today, what's going on, crypto fam? Tonight, we're talking about the ZBCN update that is hotter than a laptop mining Dodge coin in 2021. The Zebec Network is back in the conversation, and we've got three big things to unpack. The Zebec SuperApp is getting close. Zebec has confirmed streaming Payroll on Stellar, and now the community is buzzing about a possible major European bank running Payroll on the Zebec rails. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And yes, people, we're talking about the Zebec CEO having a visit with Google. Now, listen carefully. We're not going to turn every handshake and hallway photo into a confirmed partnership. We are going to separate the facts from rumors and the hype from reality and the charts from hopium. So drop a ZBCN in the chat if you're watching the PayFi story closely. Drop Google if you think there's something bigger brewing, and drop bank if you think a European bank rumor is a real bombshell. And we're running out of time. Today is Tuesday, May 27th. And they said by the end of May. So we have 5 days left. Let me know what you think. What up, Phantom Beats? ZBCN. Yeah, I knew it was a matter of time before before we down with Google. Soon we speaking with eBay and others. And of course, right, streaming payroll is big, right? It's going to be a massive upgrade to crypto universe and the crypto as a whole. And as you mentioned, first comes Google, then eBay, then PayPal, then the credit cards, and who knows what's next. So thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get to it. Let's start the screen share and see what we can see. So, of course, we're going to do some shorts, and then we'll get into the charts. So this is, wait, who is this? This is Dr. Nikki. So shout out to Dr. Nikki. So shout out to Crypto Futures and keeping it moving. This is Rector.
The newborn baby boy, but we will be providing full coverage of all the announcements and partnerships that are coming out of XRP Las Vegas. It's looking lit down there. XRP family took over the city, and we're showing them how it's done. Love to see it. All right, we got breaking news from XRP Las Vegas. CEO of Zebec, Simon Babakani, confirming the partnership that we've been waiting for between Ripple and Zebec. It is live. Details to follow. Make sure you guys follow here for more. I am not in Vegas right now, at home with the newborn baby boy, but we will be providing full coverage of all the announcements and partnerships that are coming out of XRP Las Vegas. It's looking lit down there. XRP family took over the city, and we're showing them how it's done. Love to see it. All right, we got breaking news from XRP Las Vegas. CEO of Zebec, Simon Babakani, confirming the partnership that we've been waiting for between Ripple and Zebec. It is live. Details to follow. Make sure you guys follow here for more. I am not in Vegas right now.
So shout out to Rector and keeping it moving. This is Crypto Futures.
And millions of people got rich off of it. Let me know. Like and subscribe for the latest and greatest. A lot of rumors flying around accusing Zebec of being a rug pull. However, Zebec has not yet cataclysmically dropped in any kind of rug pull fashion, yet it's being called a rug pull. Myself and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in the last 2.5 months have made hundreds of thousands of dollars off the project. So how do you reconcile the project not rugging, the price not rugging down? And some people will say it's down. Yeah, it ran 400% in 28 days. It's going to correct. That's not a rug pull. That's just technical analysis. You should learn it. So the project hasn't rugged, hasn't gone down to zero, and millions of people have made hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. How do you reconcile that it's a rug pull when millions of people got rich off of it? Let me know. Like and subscribe for the latest and greatest.
It's so qualified, or would you invest in anything else? I don't know any Zebec. I know people that have made money on Zebec. I made money on a bunch of tokens in 2020 and 2021, 13 different positions. I think most people should be diversified. I think Zebec has sound fundamentals and partnerships. It's a good use case and application for the technology. Ripple, I will tell you, listening to community day to day, G Treasury, they're talking about payroll. They're talking about paying people up to the day using their their stuff. That kind of disintermediates Zebec. Now, they're talking about global enterprises. Okay. Zebec might be more like a Gusto or something domestic here in the US that gains market share in specific applications or for smaller enterprises or medium to small size companies. And maybe market share is taken by Ripple for the large treasury management and payroll and that side. There's a couple different market segments there. But, for huge price and inflows and like adoption, you probably want the one Ripple's going after. I mean, you got Electronium, like there's other stuff that's peer-to-peer, small application payments, less than $10,000 that will be adopted. So I don't know how it's going to turn out over the long term. Sounds good, has sound fundamentals. I invested in 13 of those things early on that all seemed that way. And luckily for me, we saw price appreciation for the whole market. I don't know that that's going to be the case for this utility bull run. But again, has sound fundamentals. If you want to make an allocation, if you've done the research and you think it's a good investment, talk to a financial advisor and pull the trigger. Do you think Zebec?
Okay, I'm trying to find that video we were just watching because you guys said there was no volume there. So let's see if we can find that video from earlier. Trying to see if I can pull that guy back up. That's weird. I can't find it now. It's weird though. Everybody and their mom's talking about Zebec all of a sudden. That's how you know you're in a good place, because there are more people talking about Zebec, and with this Google thing coming down the pipeline, you're going to see a whole bunch of people coming out of nowhere talking about ZBCN. And that's weird because I can't find the video now. Pretty interesting. Wow. Guess we'll go over to the numbers. Maybe we can find that video somewhere else. Whatever. So this is the crypto bubbles. The first video, yeah, replay. That's what I'm looking for, Peter. I'm looking for that video. Actually, it's weird. The video is not here. I'm trying to remember what that video was, actually. That's really weird. Okay, that's one of them. Yeah. That's weird. Right. I was just freaking watching a video and now it's not coming up in the feed. Watch. Let's just try that. I think this is one of them.
If you're wondering if it's too good to be true, whether Coinbase will list Zebec or not, I know they're saying it's never going to happen. Here's a little bit of an update for you. Zebec is actually partners with Coinbase. Coinbase Ventures investment arm actually has invested in Zebec Networks, and they're contributing to the development of its card infrastructure and integration with centralized exchange tools. So Coinbase not only has a financial vested interest in Zebec succeeding, but I mean, yeah, I would say that they're most likely going to list it. I don't see how any hater out there can argue against it. So they literally are financially vested into the project. So like and subscribe for the latest and greatest. If you're wondering if it's too good,
Wow, it shouldn't be this hard to find a freaking video. I just listened to it. I mean, I just watched it. Dang it. Guess we'll come back to that if we can find the video. Either way, so let's go to crypto bubbles. On the bubbles, this is a notice since that Google talk for Zebec, the price moved. And you're right. It looks like we're doing some price action in the late night. But thanks for joining. So this is the crypto bubble. Zebec is up 5.8%. Osmosis is up 29.8. Renders up 3.6. BGB's up 3.4. Casper is up 6%, 0.6. Who is this? Gala is up 0.3. Ton tokens up 1.4. AIXBT's up 2.6. FET's up 5.1%. Atoms is up 2.4. Hyperliquid, want to keep an eye on, is up 1.5. Monero's up 0.8. Injective is up 1.4. Filecoin's up 3.6. World Mobile Token is up 0.2. ICP's up 3.6. AIOZ's up 1.6. KZ's up 0.6. Arbitron is up 0.8. The rest of the market's down. Looking at the Zebec holders, Zebec is 107,060. For 4 hours, we added 67. Let's refresh this real quick. Wow, 4 hours, we added 81. 12 hours at 115. A day, 142. 3 days, 286. For the week, 635. 2 weeks, 1,255. And for the month, 4,219. So on live coin watch, we're back at the 003, up 1.08 on the hour, up 6.06 on the day, up 5.54 on the week, down 20.25% for the month. For the quarter, which is 3 months, up 40.92. Looks like we're beating Bitcoin and Ethereum. And for the year, we're down 38.43. According to Live Coin Watch, moving forward to, let me open up X. So coin market cap saying the overall crypto market is down 0.69% to 2.54 trillion. CNC 20 is $153.02. Down 1.09. Fear and greed is 37. We're back in fear. Altcoin is 38 out of 100. I guess it is pulling back towards Bitcoin dominance. Overall crypto market cap is, overall average crypto RSI is 45.82. So according to CoinMarketCap, Zebec is 0030, up 6.93%. Overall market cap is 803.8 million, up 6.93, and we love it, over 300 million. 24-hour trading volume is up 7.29% to 37.64. See the green line? We are back moving and shaking. So thanks for joining. Shout out to Black Roo. And this is the BTM Crypto News Network. Make sure you join. Stay current with Zebec, Caspa, XRP, and BitTensor Tau news and updates. Been on vacation, but we are back, and we're back to work. So major European banks rumored to be running payroll on Zebec with Stellar by end of month. Zebec Stellar Payroll, already huge PayFi story. Now, everyone wants to know which bank it is. So I put a couple polls and nobody answered. This is weird, but I'll probably put another poll up. So this is Zebec Legend. Today's one of the biggest meetings happened. Most are unaware. A game changer for the Zebec, building the future of work, payments, and innovation. Zebec and Google Network. Zebec Network and Google. This is Captain Zach. The Zebec SuperApp is about to shake the entire industry. Mobile launch could drop any day now. Real-time payroll, instant payments, and debit cards and stable coins. This is the Zebec SuperApp is live, streaming payroll, treasury tools, staking, and debit card access all inside one platform.
Treasury on one.
This guy has to say
Zebec just launched what they're calling a super app, which means you can now do a payroll, credit card, staking, treasury on one system. This is not a blueprint. This is a product that's live. Okay. And this is not hype. This is not a teaser. You can see this directly on Zebec's Twitter page, on the X page. Zebec Super App goes live February 25th, today. All of Zebec's ecosystem under one roof. Access your silver, your carbon card, stream payroll across Solana, staking Zebec, designed for everyday use. So now this will give companies and businesses a dashboard live with all these under one system. Before, if you wanted to use Zebec, say for example, you want to do payroll, you had to go one app. If you want to do staking, you would have to go to a different app. You want to use the credit cards, the silver card, the carbon card, different app. If you want to use treasuries, you have to do a different app. So now they have it under one app. All right. And now I'm explaining to you how this works for businesses and how they're going to give out the money in USDC. This D Crypto fan will all we do is talk crypto and make it easy for you to learn. No hype, no cap. Let's get into this. Okay. So now Zebec.
So shout out to who is this? The Decrypto fam. Keeping it moving. CEO of Zebec just had a visit with Google. What do you think this could be in the works? Google, UPC, Zebec, the AI agentic commerce flywheel. AI discovers, recommends, and executes. Zebec settles in real time. What Google just did, a universal UPC works across retailers, services, search, Gemini, and Maps, checkout via Google Pay, and a few taps at Nike, Sephora, Target, Walmart, Shopify merchants, expanded to book hotels and locate food deliveries with the AI model. Google's building the demand side agentic commerce layer. AI discovers, recommends, and executes. Zebec fits the payment settlement layer. Zebec sits beneath checkout as programmable settlement infrastructure, not competing with Google. Real-time payroll streaming, continuous flow instead of lump sums. Plugged into traditional finance, Nacha payments, Innovation Alliance, a couple companies, ISO 222 compliant, same global standards as SWIFT and central banks. Selected for Circle's institutional testnet alongside with Visa, State Street, and MasterCard. So let me know your thoughts on that. And you're right, Phantom. Looks like we are getting some activity on the actual charts. So we'll check the chart shortly. This is Zebec and Google. integration coming. Could be payments, payroll, streaming, or wallet infrastructure. If this turns into a real partnership, ZBCN could get a lot more attention. And that is definitely good for the crypto industry as a whole. So this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a crypto researcher with charts, coffee, and enough open tabs to make Google Chrome file a restraining order. Crypto's risky. Do your own research, manage your risk, and never buy a green candle just because a YouTuber made a thumbnail look radioactive. So, what's confirmed versus what's rumors? Confirmed. Zebec's official X page says the Super App Mobile is finally testing as a team prepares for a Q2 2026 release. Zebec official blog says Stellar selected Zebec to bring real-time streaming payroll to the ecosystem, marking Zebec's first native deployment of streaming infrastructure outside of Solana. Zebec's own website describes the project as enabled real-time payroll, crypto payments, multi-chain debit cards with listed ecosystem metrics, including 500 million annual payroll, 250 enterprise clients, 50,000 plus monthly users, and 20 plus change, 150 tokens integrated. Not confirmed yet. The major European bank payroll by the end of May angle appears to be community rumor or watchlist chatter. I found a community post and YouTube social mentions, but not an official confirmation from Zebec or a named bank. And the big news of the day, the CEO visits angle should be treated carefully unless you have a direct screenshot of an official Zebec post. Zebec's team page does list Simon as the CEO, but I did not find an official announcement confirming the Google partnership or a format deal. And I did have, I think this is a video, the picture of him at the Google. Let's see if we can find that. Come back to 314 crypto. Here we go. Simon, a productive day with the Google team. And you can see this is the Google box. And this is outside the Google office, which is kind of a weird shot, right? Why don't you do the outside of the building or something more conducive? Confirmed the Super App's final testing. Confirmed Stellar payroll integration. Confirmed Zebec is building real-time payroll and PayFi infrastructure. Unconfirmed the Google partnership. Unconfirmed major European bank payroll announcement. So we are watching the smoke, but we are calling it fire until an official source lights the match. We're not calling it fire. Trying to get this ankle brace off. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Holy smoly. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're free. Okay, there we go. Segment 1. Why the Super App matters. Let's start with the Super App because this is the core of the Zebec vision. Zebec SuperApp is supposed to bring together payroll, card management, staking, payments, real-world spending, PayFi tools. CoinMarketCap's latest update page says the Zebec SuperApp. Let's see. Final testing on May 6th, and the global consolidation, real-time payroll, streaming, card management, and ZBCN staking into one mobile interface. This is why the super app matters. Zebec is trying to make crypto feel like a science project, less like a science project and more like a money app. Get paid, manage your card, and stake your ZBCN, spin, transfer, and use PayFi in your pocket. Because let's be honest, some crypto apps feel like they were built by a calculator with trust issues. If Zebec can make payroll and payments simple, that's real adoption story. Would you use the super app for payroll, card staking, and crypto payments? Type yes or need more in the chat. So let me see here. Let's add that to the chat. I think the pump could be because that Google announcement YouTube was making viral. Yes, YouTube is going crazy with the announcement about the visit to Google. And this is Simon's own posting today, earlier this morning. Crypto God, if you're not checking him out, make sure you follow him. A lot of interesting articles. This might be the most important post you read all day, but I keep watching the crypto market and two sectors keep flashing louder than the rest: privacy plus AI. These aren't side narratives anymore. If AI agents, X402, and agentic payments are really going to power the next phase of finance, then privacy becomes the invisible layer that makes it all work. Most people still think these categories are extra. I think they're dead wrong. The biggest crypto adoption wave won't feel like crypto at all. It'll just work quietly behind the scenes like magic. I broke down the privacy AI project I believe could matter most in the shift below. Do your own research. AI and privacy, the two crypto narratives you should be watching. So shout out to Crypto God, I'm tripping. So this is the missing layer in the agentic economy and payments. Google's latest AI development highlights a growing shift. AI is evolving beyond assistance into operation workflows as agents operate across commerce, subscriptions, infrastructure for real-time creator payouts, and subscription payments via stablecoin streaming becomes interestingly important. So, as they mentioned, first Google, then eBay, PayPal, and then the world. Ha ha ha. The Dr. Evil laugh. Ha ha. I don't know, it's kind of weak. I tried. Now let's talk about the confirmed news. Stellar selected Zebec to bring real-time streaming payroll to its ecosystem. Zebec's official blog says this is the first narrative for native adoption of Zebec streaming payroll infrastructure outside Solana. It frames its enterprise-grade infrastructure for real-world payment scale. This is not just a Zebec added another chain. This payroll infrastructure is moving into Stellar's ecosystem. Stellar has always been about fast, low-cost global payments. Zebec is about streaming payroll. Put them together, and now you have a serious PayFi storyline. Traditional payroll says work today, maybe get paid in 2 weeks. Zebec says if your money streams as you earned it, that is the difference between waiting on payday and watching your paycheck move in real time. Getting paid every 2 weeks is old school, and that's like waiting for Netflix DVDs in the mail Real-time payroll is streaming era of money. Would you rather get paid every 2 weeks or get paid by the second if you want real-time payroll? And who the freak would still do 2 weeks if you can stream? As soon as my company adopts it, bro, I'm signing up. Flat out, point blank, period. Yes, I've used the super app and the cards. I want Zebec to hurry up so I can get the best card. I'm guessing you must have a lot staked for it. I believe it's the carbon card. And you're right, Peter. I think you got to have over 100,000 staked or something. I got to go back and check. But it's definitely going to be released to the big players first. So, the Google Visit Buzz. Let's talk about the Google Visit Buzz. This is part where we have to be careful. If the Zebec CEO visited, dang it, my freaking nail keep breaking. Google, that's interesting. Google has one of the largest tech companies in the world. Any relationship, meeting, or conversation about payments, cloud wallets, or fintech infrastructure gets people's attention. But here is the important part of the visit. This is not an automatic partnership. A meeting is not automatically a product launch. A photo is not automatically signed enterprise deal. Crypto deal, see everybody standing near the building and say, partnership confirmed 100x tomorrow. We don't do that here, right? We need some confirmations and some actual updates from someone. Peter, I mean 100,000 Zebec, not $100,000, just 100,000 Zebec or something crazy. But 100,000 Zebec really isn't too much. But I think that is the low threshold. We can look that up shortly. But I did see somewhere where there is a threshold for the app and how much you have staked. So I don't know offhand what that magic number is, but we can look it up. And maybe I'll get it back by the show tomorrow evening. But we'll have to wait and see. But I will research that for you guys. So what was that? That was threshold staking apps. Okay. To 100K staked. And that's a lot. Yo, 100K is a nice small amount to test. Yeah, I knew that you meant 100K Zebec, about $300, and that's a lot. Well, you know, people have millions. So they want to make sure if they're going to do it, they're doing it to people that are actually invested in deep into the Zebec. So I'm putting the Google angle on the watch list category. Interesting, yes. Confirmed partnership, not yet. Worth tracking, absolutely. What do you think the Google angle could be? Infrastructure, payments, apps, distribution, wallet tech, or just meeting? Drop a theory in the chat. And I think it's streaming, right? The streaming concept caught me out of nowhere. So I know Google's probably like, what is this streaming app? Anybody I talk to don't believe it. And when they do finally come around, they are very, very interested in possibilities with the streaming app. And people are wigging out. If you've noticed, there is a lot more people talking about Zebec. And after this Google update, we're going to see a whole lot more people talking about it, right? A whole lot of people making videos out of nowhere. A whole lot of people are Zebec experts all of a sudden that never talked, never seen, never said nothing about Zebec. They're going to convince us they've been talking about Zebec the whole time. It's interesting. There's two YouTubers I know offhand that always talk about what I'm talking about. They go from one crypto to the next crypto. So when I start talking about something else, they're making videos. I'm not going to name names. If someone told me once you start talking about the Zebec SuperApp, or once you start talking about other influencers, it kind of goes out the window. So no worries there. But let me know what you guys think about that. And keeping it moving. Go back to my notes. Went off rail there for a second. European bank payroll rumor. And it's weird. I'm the only one talking about it. But I'm telling you, when it hits, once again, everyone's going to be like, we've been talking about this for months. We've been waiting for this announcement. So we will see what you guys think about that. So let's talk about the rumor everyone wants to know about. A major European bank possibly running payroll on the Zebec with the stellar by the end of May. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, the end of May is 5 days away. So it's getting kind of tight on this announcement. So this could be massive if true, but we have to say it right away. I found a community discussion and post around the rumor, but I have not found an official announcement from Zebec or a named European bank confirming it. So this is just rumor watch, not confirmed news. But let's play out why the market cares. A major European bank running Zebec rails would put Zebec directly in institutional PayFi conversations. That not just be a crypto. Come back to this article on my page here so you guys can see. I need to update this till 5 days. I'll probably do that after the live stream. Crypto Twitter here's European bank immediately starts naming every bank on the continent like it's a champion league brackets. Santander, I actually worked at Santander for a while. And they are a major bank out of Spain. And they do a lot of weird financing. We'll just leave it at that, right? Been in financial services. A lot of guys or people in general are on Twitter and X taking financial advice from X people that have no financial services background, right? Mechanics, plumbers, builders, carpenters, which is cool, right? If they're doing the research, I don't mind. But some of these guys are just making videos and people are posting and following them and believing everything they say. Guys, if they don't have any financial advice or financial background, definitely do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take it from me or anybody else on YouTube and X. Don't sell your kidneys or sell your car or remortgage your house to buy some sketchy crypto. Now, we know Zebec is definitely not a sketchy crypto, but there are other cryptos out here. and people are losing a lot, right? Crypto kind of goes to sleep over the summer. So it's a good time to invest, but hang on, right? Hold on for dear life before the pump starts. So we got Deutsche Bank, BNP, Barclays, UBS. Everyone gets a jersey. What do you think the bank could be? Who do you think the bank could be? Santander, Deutsche Bank, BNP, Payroll, I guess, Barclays, USB, or something completely different. Drop your guess in the chat. So, everybody, anybody, somebody, let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat about the bank. And it is just us talking. For some reason, nobody's picking up on this angle. But when it hits, of course, everyone's going to be like, we've been waiting it for weeks. We've been talking about this all month. But you haven't been. Payment and wallet app. Google's going to want to be involved with paying employees real time from home. Also, Kita. What's Kita? But yes, I think you're right. If there are streaming payrolls that pay employees by the second, Google's going to be one of the first people to pop out. I'm just telling you straight up. Once Google can figure out how to make it work, they are definitely going to lead the market with these streaming payrolls, and they're probably going to get a lot of employees. As soon as people realize you can stream the payroll, you don't have to wait a month to get paid, right? You can get paid if you join Google. You can get paid that first, I would say it would take a week, right? Once that first week happens and they get it streaming, if these jokers can stream it from day one, that first payment, that first check, you're going to see a crazy pump in ZBCN. But I'm not trying to sell you guys hopium, just trying to let you know. So why PayFi is a bigger narrative. Zoom now, zoom out. The real story is not just Google, not just Stellar, not just one rumored bank. The real story is PayFi. Zebec says its mission is to help people and value move freely across payroll, investments, and everyday expenses. And its product stack include payroll, cards, crypto payments, and the SuperApp. And it would be crazy if a Zebec could do that, because these payroll lenders, these predatory lenders, these, what's that, paycheck cash advance, all of that shit's out the window. And when that happens, people are going to be big mad. Deutsche Bank, I've sworn they mention it. And I want to say Zebec has been working with Deutsche Bank. So it is not Kita is a RWA play I feel like Google may take serious. It sounds like it. Kita. I'm thinking Deutsche too. Phantom, the Bank of London would be crazy massive, right? But I know it's probably going to be a European bank because they are ahead of the game in regulatory compliance. PayFi means payment finance. It's crypto for trying to stop being a casino and start becoming financial infrastructure. Payroll cards, stablecoins, bill payments, transfers, and everyday spending. Every cycle has narratives, altcoins, meme coins, RWA coins, gaming coins. PayFi is different because everybody understands payments. Everybody gets paid. Everybody spends money. Everybody hates waiting for banks. And please believe, with whatever's happening with Clarity, if Zebec can keep pushing without the Clarity Act, things are going to get spooky. PayFi is crypto finally putting a suit on, getting a job, and setting up direct deposit. What's bigger long term, AI, crypto, meme coins, RWA, or PayFi? Drop your pick, and clearly it's PayFi, right? You start talking about people getting paid by the second, everybody's going to start listening, right? And when the ship happens, it's going to happen fast. What up, rolling with Toshi? Where you been, fam? Dang it! What the freak? That's not what I was trying to post. What happened there? Go back and get this again. This is the question. What is bigger long term? I think AI crypto is running neck and neck with PayFi. But I think PayFi wins out in the long run. So, ZBCN utilities and super app reward. Zebec's tokenomics page says ZBCN can be used to fund the Zebec cards and the ZBCN balances. Dang it, camera. Here we go again with the camera and the BS, man. I don't know what's going on. AI PayFi. Trying to figure out if we can move the camera around so it doesn't take up that much space. Thanks, Peter, for that update. Zebec balance staked within the super app will unlock reward tiers for Zebec card users starting in mid 2026. It also says staking helps user access enhanced super app functionality rewards. This is where the Zebec holders need to pay attention. The token story gets stronger when the token is connected to actual product usage. Zebec says ZBCN could fund the Zebec card staking could unlock higher incentive tiers. Zebec Super Card participation could connect holders to featured features and rewards. And that is just what you want to see from a utility token, not just vibes, not just a mascot, not just trust me, bro. You want usage, staking, rewards, fees, and product integration. A token with utility is like a restaurant with no food, nice logo, and bad business. So, market cap math. Market cap recently showed Zebec around the 0030. It's crazy. We totally lost the stream, but we are back. And I don't know why it does that, right? Especially late night. These guys get kind of sketch, but they can't stop us. People's like, why do you stream videos? We don't like it. Stop me. People says, you don't know what you're talking about. You're making it up. Stop me. People say, crypto is not long term. You're going to lose your money. Stop me. People say, you don't think the stuff you talk about is good investments. Stop me. Right? That's all I can tell you. Stop me. I might have put that on my YouTube as the title. Crypto keeps rolling. You don't like it. Stop me. But you can't stop me. Right? I'm here and we're talking crypto. So let me know what you guys think. I wanted to say meme coins. Bitcoin is a meme coin. You think Bitcoin's a meme coin? It's a seriously pumping meme coin, but possibly, right? Because there is not a lot of utility there, but it is still moving forward. But let me know what you guys think about that. Let's get back. What happened, but again, you want to shut me down, stop me. If not, we are here and we are live. At around 300 million market cap, Zebec is not a tiny anymore, but it is also not a mega cap. That means the market is pricing Zebec like a serious mid cap PayFi bet, not yet like a fully proven financial infrastructure giant. And here's the simple math. With about 100 billion tokens, 1 billion market cap puts Zebec around 1 cent, not $1, not $10, 1 penny. And that's why a $1 billion conversation is interesting. It's not guaranteed, but it's not mathematically crazy either. From around the 0.003 to 1 cent is roughly a 3.3x move. Can Zebec hit 1 cent this cycle? Type yes or no. You better all type freaking yes. I do think a Zebec can hit the 1 cent mark this year or this cycle, right? They're probably going to go higher than 1 cent, but it can definitely hit the 1 cent mark. So let me know what you guys think. So the bull case for ZBCN, the super app near launch, a mobile app can bring more attention because it makes the product easier to use. If a Zebec can put payroll cards, staking payments into one app, that makes the story easier to understand. The bull case, Stellar Payroll is confirmed. Stellar adds a serious payment angle, fast, low-cost global payments, plus a Zebec streaming payroll is a strong PayFi combination. Payroll is real, cards are real, payments are real, stablecoin are real. Zebec is aiming at things businesses and users already understand. ZBCN is tied into staking, super app features, card funding, and rewards. That gives the tokens a reason to be part of the ecosystem. Rumors could become catalyst if the Google buzz and European bank rumor turns into a confirmed news. That could create major narratives push, but again, we still need confirmation. So the bear case, which is the risk. Now, let's be adults before the chat starts naming their firstborn kid Zebec or Zebec or Zebec or Zebec. So Google and the European bank rumor are not confirmed. Partnership announcements. If nothing official drops, some hype could cool off fast. Super app execution risk. App launch is only bullish if the app works, users like it, and people actually use it. Launching is one step. Adoption is the real test. Altcoin volatility. ZBCN can move up fast and fast down. Smaller mid-cap altcoins do not care about your feelings, your entry point, or your rent schedule. The broader market conditions. If Bitcoin dumps and the market goes risk off, even good narratives could get dragged down. So the technical analysis for the weekend. I don't know why I always does the weekend. That's weird. It should do the week or at least a day. Current market data puts a ZBCN around the 0.029-0.003 zone, depending on the tracker with recent. What was this? With recent market cap estimates around 295 to 303 million. Key levels to watch. Current battle zone around the 0029 and 0031. So where are my, why does this thing never keep my freaking lines on here? Let me see, maybe they're back further. Okay, let's look at 2-hour chart. There we go. Got a bit of a delay working. I don't know what's up on my internet. So this is the 004, which that line is crazy crooked, which is weird. Why is this line so crooked? That's good enough for me. So intermediate support is the 0028. Deeper support is the 0026. Danger support is the 0023, 0024. First resistance is the 0032. And this is the 0030. This is the 0032, 34, 36, 37, and the 0039, and the 0042. So on the 2-hour, go back to the 1-hour chart. First resistance is the 0032. Major short-term resistance is 0035 to 0036. The breakout zone at the 0038 and the 0040. Momentum target, the 0045. Psychological target is the 005, which is up here. We have it marked. We are a nice ways away from the 005, but don't fade the 5, guys. Previous all-time high zone roughly 007. 1 billion market cap zone roughly at the 1 cent mark. So a bearish weekend scenario for ZBCN to look bullish this weekend. I want to see it hold the 0028 and reclaim the 0032. Then push into the 0035 and the 0036 with volume. If Zebec breaks the 0036 and holds and retests, then the 0038 and the 0040 becomes the next series of target zone. Above the 004, traders may start watching the 0045 and then the 005. The half-cent level is psychological. That's where people just ignore ZBCN, start pretending they always knew about it. So the bearish scenario, if the ZBCN loses the 0028 and cannot reclaim it, I'm watching the 0026. If the 0026 breaks, then the 0023 to the 0024 zone becomes very important. That's where the bulls need to show up with volume, not just inspirational quotes. The neutral scenario, if the ZBCN chops below the 0028, which is, where is the 0028? I guess in here somewhere. That's 29, probably in here somewhere. Let's go over to the 15-minute chart. see that's a 0029, 0028 is down here on the 15-minute chart. This is where the bulls need to show up with volume. The neutral scenario, if ZBCN between the 0028 0032, that's not def, that's consolidation. The market's saying, I like the story, but I need proof before I chase. No volume, no breakout. A pump without volume is like a cookout with no food. People show up, but nobody stays. And you best believe it, bro. You show up to cookout, ain't no food, bro, they ain't gonna be there long. I can guarantee that. I've been there, done that. Ain't no food, we out. On to the next cookout where there actually is food. This is a very expensive meme coin. Joking. No messing with you. Do you think we will only do a 3x this bull run? Richard, definitely not. But I think we will get over the 1 cent mark. But pay attention, guys. That 1 cent mark is a nice little ways away, guys. This is, what is that? 1 cent is here. We are here. The 003 to 1 cent is a 3.3 push, guys. That is a nice ways away. Looking at the 4-hour chart, and the 001 is still all the way up here. And actually, let's look at the day chart. So this is the all-time high at the 007. And of course, the 001 is still higher. We have not been near the 007 since last June. And actually, it's June coming up. Interesting. So here's where we were last May when the pump started. So considering we're May, we should see a pump coming. See if we can go to the month chart. What the freak happened? Let's go back to the week chart at least. So we can see here, this was the last pump. This was that the last week of May? So this is May 19th. This is the week of May 26th, which is this week, guys. I don't know, man. We are about to find out real soon if this Google News was craftily coordinated. And there is an announcement. We're going to see another one of these massive green candles, and we might push on up to a new all-time high, right? I can't guarantee. This is not financial advice at this point. This is hopium, but all we would need would be one major announcement, something massive. From where we are, if we can get 2 weeks of consistent green, we could be at a penny. Not even, and you know how fast crypto can move. Not even, and you know how fast crypto can move. You think we could hit a penny in 2 weeks? That I'm not sure about. But what I can tell you, apparently May this week is the crypto pump territory, right? You can see here on the week chart, second week in May, we were at the 0018. I guess this is the third week of May. We pumped up to the 004. And the last week of the month of May, we pumped up to the new all-time high. So if I was a gambling man, I would be glued to the chart this week. And we're going to see, right? If we get one of these, we get one of these or two of these, and then the pump begins. So let me know what you guys think. Again, it's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. So let's get to a couple videos. This is
Welcome back, everyone, to the Zebec Gazette, brought to you by the Zebec Nation podcast, the only show where payroll streams
Let me
and
come back and
stable coins flex. Zebec Land, your trusted pulse for everything Zebec news, questionable enthusiasm, and the occasional financially irresponsible laugh. And we have breaking news for you all Monday morning. Let's get right into it. I screwed up the last couple of weeks and I forgot to have a community spotlight. So here is our community spotlight, B Rocket. He works very hard on all of these videos and all of our videos and all the music for our podcast. So big thanks to this guy. Let's get right into his videos really quickly because he's a boss.
Shout out to B Rocket.
So, Peter, I agree with you. With the right marketing and the right narrative and the right information, I think we can. Something like this can pump 20% by the day. And after being in crypto for a long time, all it needs is the right narrative, the right storyline, and we are pushing up like a fat rat, guys. So let's go back to the day chart. All we need is a start. This looks like something is working here. Let's see if we can zoom out. Oh, wow. That's a pretty nice size candle, actually. I'm not trying to hype you guys up, but this Google News could be the start of something massive. I'm just saying, don't count it out just yet. Let's get back to B Rocket.
Let's go.
What is imagination?
What a beast. I just had to show everyone that. And he has a lot of great videos every single week, so props to this guy. All right, so from May 20th, we have some breaking news. Tempo and MoneyGram. MoneyGram joined as Tempo's first remittance validator with plans to bring stablecoin settlement into live payment flows. Zebec already powers real-time streaming payroll and cross-border remittances through MoneyGram via its stellar deployment. We already all know about this partnership. So the key benefits of this Tempo integration with MoneyGram. MoneyGram just became Tempo's first remittance validator. Boom, boom, and is.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. The whole Star Wars, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, we got to get back to business. That was cool for a minute, but look, we got to get back to business. I'm not sure where that was going with the B Rocket, and not 100% sure, but yeah, we got to get back to business. We are still at these levels because people don't have patience and just sell, which is fine. By the way, what are we watching? Check on my head. This geek shit. Yes, I mean, but even when we pump to a penny, there's going to be a massive sell-off, guys. Some of these guys got in to 0.0007, right? And you think they're not going to sell at a penny? Heck, the people who got in now, once that 3x hits, there's going to be a massive sell-off. So prepare yourself and make sure you have a plan. If you're taking profits, if you're selling and buying back in on the dip, I don't know, but make sure you're planning for whenever that pump hits, what you're going to do. Don't wait until it's too late and miss out, right? Your crypto gains are not recognized until you sell the crypto. So if you sell it at a loss or if you sell it at a pump, that's when the money is made. A lot of people miss out for crypto because they hold too long. They wait. It goes up. They keep waiting. It's going to go up some more. They keep waiting, and then it crashes, and they wonder what happened. Don't be the bag holder.
With stablecoin settlement, including Stripe routing payments directly to MoneyGram. This strengthens the exact rails Zebec uses. Faster and more scalable stablecoin settlement at MoneyGram. Scale directly boosts volume potential and efficiency for Zebec-powered payrolls and PayFi flows. Boom. Bottom line, big traditional players leveling up their blockchain infrastructure, strong foundation for Zebec's continuous payments layer, classic ecosystem tailwind in the exact 800 billion remittances space Zebec dominates. Boom. There's no way you guys missed this last week, so I'm going to show this to you. And I actually forgot to say something a couple weeks ago when I showed you a Howard Moon explanation. It's a conspiracy type of post that I showed you, but it was an explanation showing that we're kind of watching a movie with everything going on with world events. And this is proof. And this happened on Thursday or Wednesday of last week. So let's watch this video.
So the Iranian people,
this is so creepy.
In the eyes of the Iranian people, but the world global economy, which they're holding all hostage to, the more everybody comes to realize this is all about the IRGC. At the end of the day, we're going to have to need a government in Iran that not only hands over the nuclear material, stops threatening the Straits of Hormuz, but quits.
I'm really sorry, but if you believe the explanation that Fox News put out, that there's some type of camera from above, the light pointing down, and that's a shadow, I'm sorry, but you have to use your brain and your eyes at the same time. I promise. That is a mask. I am not lying to you. This has been happening for years with a lot of people in our government. I just wanted to show this.
At the end of the day, this man should have been wearing a turtleneck. The Fox News and the
you
news
can see right here. He accidentally
left
it. Yeah, he left it unbuttoned, so that was on purpose. That was like
their lives, and we want to show respect to their families. Trump is doing Trump things again. The art of the deal, right? He was en route to his son's wedding. My understanding, he didn't go, but then again, his son was married twice, so I guess if you went to the first one, you don't have to go to the second one. There's just a lot going on with Iran and peace deals and manipulation of markets. That's what I believe is going on. 1 minute there's a deal, next minute, he's ready to click the button and bomb the country. So I guess we shall see what will happen, and this shall pass. Markets are taking a beating, and then markets pump. at the end of the day, I would stay humble, hold your bags, and add to your bags. It's a perfect time to DCA into the market, buy these dips and take advantage of it. And hopefully we do get a peace deal and the markets drive to the upside. Cut.
I completely agree. I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to say a peace deal happens, and they say it doesn't happen. So, I mean, yeah, we're seeing the markets pump and then stop, pump and then stop. We'll see what happens. No idea what's going to happen. It's pretty entertaining to watch.
Markets are crashing again. It's unbelievable. Go ahead.
Yep, buy the dip. Always buy the dip. And our fearless leader, Simon, actually showed his face. He was interviewed by Eleanor Terrett, and I can't remember their names. His name's like Robert, on what's the show called? Crypto in America. It was a very, very cool interview towards the end of their podcast. Starts at like 47 minutes into the episode, so I recommend you guys watch it, but we might show a clip in the Thursday episode of Zebec Gazette, so stay tuned. That's it for the Zebec Gazette. If you enjoyed the chaos, like, subscribe, and share Zebec Nation on X, Discord, and YouTube. And if you're tuning into the Zebec Nation podcast for the first time, welcome to the family.
Breaking news is every Monday. What's the 314 is normally every Tuesday or every couple weeks. Our regular podcast is on Wednesday, and the Zebec Gazette is on Thursdays. Stay loud, stay weird, and stay tuned in, Zebec Nation.
Zebec Network is inevitable. Those who persevere conquer. Peace.
So, Zebec Network, stay dangerous. Shout out to the Zebec Network, and this is Crypto Star Radio.
Zebec Network and Google will power billions of dollars into the economy. How Zebec Network is AI agents. Google is building agent protocols. Companies are building autonomous workflows. But a question that nobody talks about is very simple. How do these agents actually pay for things in the real economy? But before we go any further, guys, this is my own research and commentary. I do not tell anyone to buy, hold, or sell ZBCN. I just give you the information so you can make that decision yourself. And if you don't have a cold storage, guys, I can offer you a 10% discount on Tangent using the code word STARRAIL. Help yourself out and help my channel out for future videos. So again, we live in a world of AI. AI is not just turning into chatbots. It's actually turning into operational workflows. They are managing tasks. They are buying services. They are paying for subscriptions. And if software starts to operate continuously, it also needs financial infrastructure that can operate continuously as well. And that is where the Zebec argument comes in. Let me show you what that looks like. Zebec's own article says Google's latest AI announcements show that the industry is moving beyond AI assistance and towards persistent AI workflows capable of operating continuously across tasks, applications, and services. The article also says that the missing layer in the conversation is payments, because agents need more than wallets. They need treasury access, spending permissions, and programmable controls. Google's own A2A announcement backs up the wider trend. Google says AI agents can help people autonomously handle daily, reoccurring, or complex tasks, and that enterprises are building agents to automate workplace processes. Google also says its agent-to-agent protocol lets AI agents communicate securely, exchange information, and coordinate actions across enterprise platforms and applications. So this is just not Zebec making up an AI narrative. Google is clearly building infrastructure for agents to work across real enterprise systems. So the first thing I want viewers to understand is that AI agents is not just turning to chatbots anymore. Google is talking about agents that can operate tasks for enterprises. And Zebec is asking a logical questions. If agents work, how do they pay? And this is why this article matters. It's not saying Zebec is built for AI agents. Zebec is saying the agent payment layer is missing. And that is a much stronger point. Because if agents start operating continuously, then they need controlled access.
Lori, what are you talking about? Alien technology for the normies. Silent disclosure is oops. Whoops. Sorry. You're all late to the party. Kind of missed that. I don't know what you're talking about, but we will see. Keeping it moving.
To money. budgets, permissions, and payment infrastructure. And that is the exact category Zebec has been building for years: programmable money movement. Zebec's article gives simple examples. A marketing operations agent may need to buy advertising inventory. A workflow agent managing cloud infrastructure may need to pay for compute resources. A creative focus agent working across YouTube subscriptions, sponsorships, and digital services may need access to recurring budgets and merchant payment rails. The article's point is that these agents require treasury access, spending limits, and programmable controls. Google is also building payments infrastructure for the future through Agent Payments Protocol, or AP2. Google Cloud says AP2 is an open protocol developed with leading payments and technology companies to securely initiate and transact agent-led payments across platforms. Google says AP2 is designed to answer questions around authorization, authenticity, and accountability when AI agent makes purchases for the user. So this is where I think the Google connection becomes really important. Google is not just building AI agents. Google is helping build the standards that help agents pay. That means the agentic economy is not just about intelligence, it's about payments, permissions, and trust. And that lines up with Zebec's argument. Zebec is saying AI agents need programmable money infrastructure. Google is saying agent-led payments need secure protocols and accountability. And those two ideas sit in the same bigger trend. Zebec does not need Google, and Google does not need Zebec. They just make the product fit a lot easier. The point I'm trying to make is that the biggest technology firms are now moving into the same direction Zebec has been talking about for years. Now let's go back to Zebec's actual product. What are we talking about here? Zebec's article says Zebec originally developed streaming payment technology to modernize payroll and treasury management. Instead of batch-based systems and delayed settlement cycles, funds can move continuously in real time, governed by programmable rules at the treasury level. The article then says the same primitive maps naturally to autonomous systems. The treasury can stream operational funding to an agent wallet. Spending limits can restrict purchases to approved merchants or categories, and virtual cards can be scoped to specific workflows like cloud infrastructure, SaaS subscriptions, advertising platforms, or creator operations. That matters because Zebec is not trying to force a random AI narrative onto ZBCN. The connection is the workflow. Payroll, treasury flows, contractor payments, agent budgets, card limits, and reoccurring subscriptions all need the same kind of infrastructure. Money that can move by the rules, not just manual approvals. This is where Zebec's real-time payments, super app, cards, and programmable treasury ideas start to fit the agentic economy. So this is where I think ZBCN holders should slow down and look at what Zebec is actually trying to say here. Zebec is not claiming that agents is becoming independent financial entities. In fact, the article words it very carefully. It says that agents remains extensions for humans and corporate accounts, governed by treasury controls, permissions, and compliant protocols. That's important because it makes the thesis a lot more realistic from here. The future is not just an AI agent sends money to a company. The future is that the company is defining the rules just once. The infrastructure enforcing those rules is automatic. That's where programmable money comes in, with spending limits, virtual cards, and streaming payments across all platforms. And Zebec can bring that product layer and become something more than just payroll. And we already know they are expanding more than just payroll. Google's AP2 direction also shows why this matters at a scale. Google says AP2 was built with support for a wide ecosystem of payments and technology companies, including names like MasterCard, Coinbase, PayPal, Adyen, AirWalletX, ServiceNow, Salesforce, and many others. Google also donated AP2 to the FIDO Alliance to help scale secure agentic payments as an open standard. Google says agentic technology needs payment infrastructure that works for everyone, and AP2 is meant to become a platform agonistic and community-led. The same Google post also mentions human not present payments, where agents can execute payments autonomously based on pre-authorized user instructions. That is exactly the kind of world where programmable spending controls become important. So when Zebec says the missing layer is payment, it is not alone in that thinking. Google is building agent interoperability. Google is building AP2 for agentic payments. The FIDO Alliance is taking AP2 into open standards. And Zebec is saying if agents are going to operate continuously, they need treasury access, programmable tools, and payment rails. That's why this overlap matters. So the best way I can actually explain this is actually very simple. Google is building the standards for agents to communicate and pay. Zebec is saying that the agents need a financial layer that helps them operate in the real world. Budgets, permissions, treasury access, virtual card permissions, and streaming payments. And that is why Zebec's current payment and payroll infrastructure becomes a lot more relevant from here. And I know for ZBCN holders, you're probably asking, will this make ZBCN pump? But I would actually look at how can Zebec turn streaming programmable payments into a real product usage, especially when the agentic economy grows. More super app activity, more card spending, more treasury tools, more programmable payouts, more businesses using Zebec tools. And that is what actually matters here. Again, this is not financial advice. This is my own research and commentary. But if AI agents become real economic actors, then payroll and payments may become the most important layer in this financial stack. And Zebec Network is clearly positioning itself right at the center of it.
So shout out to Crypto Star Rails, keeping it moving. This is
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how much snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today is the part 2, right? We will be playing the whole entire thing. We will be yapping a little bit less, actually way less. So we're going to just play this. We're going to play this all out so you guys can see. We'll do a mini reflection at the end, cover the basics, and that's that.
Welcome back to Z.
That's ZBCN today, and this is.
What is going on, crypto holders? It's your boy Coin Talk. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful
Who is
day.
it?
And now we're looking at the crypto markets, and once again we see the markets are in the red. Things are declining. We see ZBCN falling well below $300 million in market cap. The overall market looks like it is once again bleeding. Altcoin index down to 35, fear and greed at 37, Bitcoin in the red, the complete market in red. But things can take a shift. But what I wanted to focus on in today's video is this right here. The CEO Zebec just had a visit with Google. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Peter, looks like something's happening. You might be right. So we pumped on the news. Now it is slowly pulling back. Somebody is dumping at freaking midnight, which is weird. But yeah, you're right. Something's happening here. Let's go back to the video and we'll finish the videos and shut it down.
Could be in the works. We see Simon here, productive day with the team at Google. So very, very interesting. Massive shout out to ZBCN, man. Let's see what he has to say about this. Simon just walked out of Google headquarters in London. One photo, zero explanation, leaving us all in the dark. And again, it just creates hype. It creates that mystery and then that speculation that everyone thrives on. Let me tell you why this might be the most important meeting in Web3 payments this year. Google is racing to launch GCUL, their own layer 1 blockchain for financial institutions. They need a live payroll use case to beat Stripe and Circles to market. That's absolutely crazy. And this is what Zebec already has. Real-time payroll streaming running today. 85 trillion ACH network access, the Natcha member. 170 plus billion in NatPay integration done. Cards live on Google Pay via MasterCard. Multi-chain cross Solana, Base, Ethereum, and Binance. Google doesn't partner with projects that aren't ready. This could be massive for Zebec. Zebec Payroll Rails native on Google Cloud. Zebec integrates into Google Pay for 150 million plus users. Now imagine that, right? Everyone here has a phone. everyone has either Google Pay or Apple Pay. Of course, with Google being integrated into their payroll system, that could be massive. Zebec powering AI agents payments on Google's UPC protocol. Google Cloud as Zebec's institutional backbone. The timing, Google's GCUL commercial launch in 2026. Zebec's final token unlocked just completed. Fully deflationary now. One word, convergence. That's absolutely crazy, guys. This is again speculation, right? Nothing here is concrete, remember, and as well, nothing in this video is financial advice. Just letting you guys know what this partnership could entail, guys. That's massive. Imagine if Zebec and Google, like Google is a massive name, right? Integrating payroll from Zebec, and now you just have this crazy boom. Everyone knows about Zebec, and if you look at trending, right, on CoinMarketCap, yes, we were basically in the top 100. We have drifted a little bit, but again, that's pretty standard in terms of the pumps we've seen. We're bound to see those pullback and resistance points. Currently, we are on a decline, but once again, things can absolutely bounce back. So this could be a great time for accumulation. So if anyone is looking to get into this project that has been in doubt, guys, remember, always do your research, but Zebec being at this price still shows how undervalued it is. And of course, guys, whenever things are down like this, I tend to buy in more in my bag for Zebec, and then when it pumps a little bit, I do sell, but I'm still holding a large amount. Of course, I'm very, very bullish on this project. I feel like Zebec is here in 2026 to absolutely take over. With things like this happening, I mean, the CEO for Zebec wouldn't just post this for no reason, right? I mean, there's obviously a correlation here with Google and Zebec. There could be an underlying partnership that we don't know about, or that could already be underway, and that could already be coming out soon. You know, there could be an announcement. That's absolutely crazy. And this right here is pretty cool too, right? What does the average person spend a lot of money on? Well, on vacation, food, clothes, decor, I guess. As for me, this person here just loves to buy ZBCN. So again, not just me that's buying it. There's numerous people that are buying it. If we look at the holders, guys, holders at a steady 100 and almost 107,000 holders, which again is a rather large amount. If we go over to Zebec's page right here to see if they posted anything new, we can see right here. This is pretty cool. Again, this kind of correlates with Google, right? So they got Google's latest AI developments highlight a growing shift. AI is evolving beyond assistance into operational workflows. As agents operate across commerce and subscriptions, infrastructure for real-time creator payouts and subscription payments via stablecoin streaming becomes increasingly important. So that's absolutely wonderful, guys. Once again, just making it easier for users to get paid via stablecoins, streaming becoming increasingly important. As you know, people love to get paid in real time. No one wants to wait a week. No one wants to wait a month. No one wants to wait whatever long it takes, semi-monthly. Getting paid by the minute, getting paid instantly as you do the work is probably the best feeling. And I can tell you that personally, that is the greatest feeling in the world. And I'm sure you guys would agree because you guys are watching the videos and you guys are supporting ZBCN. Aside from that, guys, let me know what you guys think about this potential Google partnership, right? We have this official post right here. We got some speculation posts, and we have an official post from Simon at Google headquarters in London. Things could be brewing in the background, and who knows, it could be coming out very soon with some big news with a potential partnership with Google. If you guys are excited as I am, give this video a like, and I'll catch you guys on my next one. Take care.
So moving forward, this is I guess we'll do the confirmed adoption by the CEO, which is weird. This is coming back up.
Ripple ecosystem, we've talked about some of the licensing, some of the enterprise partners. Yeah, you're saying I remember walking on stage at Zebec has been known as a bit of like a baby XRP. What was so complimentary about this ecosystem to you?
I think it really comes down to the culture, right, of Zebec and of Ripple. I mean, Ripple has this great connection between traditional finance and Wall Street, which is actually my background from before Zebec, but also blockchain technology and, leading edge change. So we're super excited about that. Also, compliance is part of their DNA. I mean, going through an SEC battle for all these years really toughens one. And at Zebec, we had to also get our compliance up over the past few years. Last year, we bought a compliance company called GateNox. We built out our compliance team. We hit our SOC 2. We hit our ISO by the end of the year. We got MICA. And until we had that, we weren't really ready to work like Ripple. But now we're kind of at that level where we're comfortable to do so.
How much easier does that make it for you to work with these clients that you're going after? I know there's a lot of opportunities for things like remittances, cross-border payments in this space as well. Maybe you'll get local adoption.
Compliance is a moat for us, right? I mean, if you're working with a large enterprise, the first question is going to be, what are your compliance standards, right? What is your AML? What is your KYC? We've checked all those boxes now. Now it comes down to which stablecoins are you working with, right? Not all stablecoins are created the same. I'd say RLUSD is probably the premier, most respected institutional grade stablecoin out there. So it's going to be an incredible addition to our portfolio and make sales to these enterprises so much easier.
And we saw as a lot of enterprises and large institutions look at stablecoins. We talked a bit about how more regulatory clarity, both from the agencies and at the legislative level, continue to unlock use cases that might get some of those new things. Where do you see that headed? Again, without getting over every day, what do you think would be unlocked for you guys if you continue to see us focus on regulation and compliance continue to develop?
It builds more trust in the system. And I think really the next leg of growth is going to see corporate balance sheets and treasuries coming on chain. Obviously, that's been a big focus of Ripple's through its own acquisitions. It's something that we're closely monitoring at Zebec, because if corporate balance sheets are now held in stablecoins, payroll becomes even that much easier to do at a click of a button. There's no on and off ramping, there's no dealing with banks.
And when we were getting ready to start this discussion today, we talked a little bit about the role that stablecoins and that dollar-denominated treasury plays in the global economy. How do you look at projection of sort of the U.S., whether you want to call it soft power or monetary influence?
Stablecoins, without a doubt, are one of the biggest drivers of maintaining dollar dominance, right? When you think about it, a stablecoin issuer is naturally a buyer of U.S. treasuries and an exporter of the U.S. dollar. And I think that payroll really unlocks the next leg of that. Because if you're someone that's working abroad outside of the U.S., let's say you're a developer in Lagos, right, in Nigeria, and you're getting paid in U.S. dollar stablecoins, you are now a customer of the U.S. system, even if the U.S. banking system wasn't able to reach you. And that's what's so exciting about it, because you can technically serve anyone in the world, no matter where they're located.
Yeah, we were talking about, I guess the volatility of the global economy doesn't matter that much until all of a sudden you're dealing with the crisis, and you'd much rather be holding dollars, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So where do you go from here? What kind of other products you mentioned are tell me more about the next few months for that.
Right. So I mean, right now we're building out what I would call our own little financial ecosystem. Right. We have our payroll on stablecoin. We have a super app that brings the payroll together with our card suite, token trading, and staking all in one place. So we're trying to essentially replace the banking system, let you run your entire life on crypto, and then let enterprises unlock the power of stablecoins. Because we know that in the next 5 years, 10 years, we're going to see stablecoin flows into trillions and trillions of dollars, and stablecoin payroll will become the default. Right? It's just a matter of time, and we're very well positioned for that growth.
Yeah. About RLUSD specifically, because I think one of the interesting things that's been happening is everybody's becoming an issuer. So, what are some of the things that you're hoping to see over the next few years for the Ripple community more broadly, just in terms of projecting out, expanding into these institutional use cases, or projection of the dollar?
Well, I mean, RLUSD is issued by a New York banking charter, backed by Ripple, which is of course supervised by the New York Department of Financial Services, backed one-to-one by cash and treasuries. It doesn't get more transparent than that. But I think what's most exciting for us is what I would call the treasury flywheel associated with RLUSD. If you look back a year ago, it was about a $200 million market cap stablecoin. Now it's eclipsed $1.5 billion. And as more of these treasuries come on chain and start participating in treasury management, custody, and eventually payroll through Zebec, there's a multiplier effect throughout the ecosystem. And that's how you're going to see RLUSD really take off and scale.
On that note, what's the biggest win that you're hoping for as you go into this next chapter as a company?
As I've always said, Zebec really is a white label provider amongst anything else, right? We build the rails for different ecosystems and blockchains to move value. So as we work with more blockchains out there, it expands our reach. We're also working with more fintechs and banking apps to be their card providers, to be their payroll rails. So that's
the Black is the highest tier card, of course, right? Just like I think it's patterned after the American Express Black card, right? They're going to control spending amounts in the future, I see. And yeah, there's got to be a cap on it, right? They're not going to let you go crazy with the crypto, right? They got to have some kind of control just so you know you're not fully taken over, right? They got to have some kind of control for the credit part.
The distribution side. So as long as those ecosystems continue to grow and have a successful go-to-market, Zebec's transaction volume will also grow with it.
The regulatory authority being able to move some institutions, the compliance framework you guys have built, being able to give more of these institutions comfort. But what are some of the conversations like that you're having? Who are some of the main competitors, or do you see people moving off, like moving into an ecosystem like this?
Well, we're actually very diversified globally. I mean, we worked recently with Deutsche Bank and their stablecoin in Europe, Euro AU, which has now helped us unlock European enterprises that want to pay people in euro-denominated stablecoins. In the US, the conversations are often about pilot programs with these larger enterprises. They're not going to go full in on stablecoin payroll, but it's something that they see themselves offering alongside traditional payroll. And we are very fortunate at Zebec to have members of ADP on our board of directors, and they've been there from the beginning. And we never sought really to take over ADP or disrupt ADP, but rather we're working alongside the ADPs of the world, the Assures and the Paychecks, right? As we all know that building these things in-house take years and take a lot of expertise. So Zebec is ready and able to partner with these large enterprises.
That's great. I think what would be the one big takeaway that you want to leave the audience with? What do you want this audience to know about working with you guys or where you're going next?
Well, look, I think we all know that stablecoins are inevitable, right? They are going to take over the economy. Get ahead of the curve. Reach out to us at Zebec. We have a booth here today. We're reachable, of course, on Twitter and Telegram, and we're happy to get your business onboarded either to our payroll solution, we can issue business cards for you backed by stablecoins, or we can get you onto our super app. So we're open for business. We have these beautiful XRP Las Vegas branded wallets. So
excellent. Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Translation: the future is green. The future is bright. Hey, stop talking. You already had your chance. But that is the reality, folks. All right. That is the quickest summary I can do for that video. There's more coming in the future, right? The future is looking good. It's looking great. I know people sometimes get discouraged from the recent price, right? We look at it over the last month, we're down 25%. In the last week, we're down like 2.5%. In the last 24 hours, we're almost down 5%. I get it. It could be a little bit discouraging, but the fundamentals have been on point, on cue. The mobile version of the super app is going to be out sooner than later. That's going to be a chapter done, and then who knows at that point? I mean, it's so the options are so limitless. It's just amazing. Honestly, never been more confident in a crypto in my life.
Sleeping on ZBCN, we are pioneers. Definitely Fro Bro. It's gonna be controls. Yes, Fro, the world is not ready for ZBCN. It's the last video and we'll shut it down.
ZBCN Today, the channel where we cut through the noise and focus on what actually matters. So guys, Zebec finally did it. They officially released the XRP Las Vegas keynote footage where Simon himself talked about the Ripple partnership. And honestly, I think this completely shuts down a lot of the criticism we've been hearing for months, because so many people kept saying Simon never officially confirmed anything or there's no real proof. But now we literally have official footage uploaded directly by Zebec themselves. And that changes the entire conversation around this topic. Everything you hear on ZBCN today is for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing in this video should be considered financial advice, investment advice, or a recommendation to buy or sell any asset. Now, technically, this information isn't completely new because many people in the community already knew about the Ripple connection. There were clips floating around online from people who attended the event, and some creators were already discussing it. But the problem was that those clips were random recordings from attendees, so naturally a lot of people questioned whether they were even real or taken out of context. In crypto, people are skeptical about everything, especially when it comes to partnerships involving companies like Ripple. So even though supporters already believed it, critics continued saying there was no official confirmation. But now there is. And honestly, I think it's about time Zebec released this footage because projects with massive communities need to communicate properly with their holders. This isn't some tiny crypto project with only 500 holders where nobody cares if updates stop coming. Zebec has a huge community, and when you have over 100,000 holders watching your every move, communication becomes extremely important. People want transparency. They want updates directly from the company itself. And now they finally got exactly that. A lot of people were even asking me recently, if the footage already existed, why didn't you just post it yourself? But the answer is simple. It's not my footage. I'm not going to repost copyrighted event footage that doesn't belong to me just for views because there can always be issues with permissions or claims. That's why I prefer discussing the information rather than reposting the clips themselves. But now Zebec officially uploaded the keynote footage, so there's no confusion anymore. Everything is directly coming from the source. The biggest part of the keynote, in my opinion, was Simon clearly discussing the Ripple partnership and mentioning the payroll aspect connected to it. And honestly, that's huge, because payroll is one of the biggest focuses for Zebec moving forward. We already know Zebec has been trying to position itself heavily in blockchain-based payroll infrastructure Gatorize, and hearing Simon publicly connect Ripple to that vision makes the partnership feel far more real and significant than before. What's even more interesting is that despite the overall crypto market not performing amazingly recently, Zebec still continues showing strong signs of growth underneath the surface. One of the biggest examples is the holder count. Ever since the Stellar partnership announcement earlier this year, Zebec reportedly gained around 10,000 additional holders. Think about how impressive that actually is for a moment. During a period where many crypto projects are struggling to maintain momentum, Zebec is still growing its community. Now, of course, whenever I mention partnerships or holder growth, some people immediately respond with the same question. If everything is so bullish, why hasn't the price exploded yet? But honestly, that's not how markets work, especially during weaker market conditions. The broader market sentiment affects almost every project, even fundamentally strong ones. But personally, I look beyond short-term price action. I pay attention to what institutions are doing, what partnerships are forming, and where long-term adoption could be heading. And right now, Zebec keeps checking a lot of those boxes. Because if holder counts are increasing, partnerships are increasing, and enterprise-level discussions are increasing, then clearly there is still serious interest surrounding this project. That doesn't happen by accident. And honestly, I think some people are way too focused on short-term charts instead of looking at the bigger picture. I've seen a lot of people online saying things like, Zebec is finished, or the project already peaked. But personally, I completely disagree with that narrative. Yes, the price chart hasn't had the strongest start to 2026, but fundamentally, I'd actually argue Zebec is in a much stronger position now than it was last year. Just think about it. Last year, the project didn't have Ripple discussions at this level. It didn't have the Stellar partnership either. And now, both of those things are connected to the ecosystem. Even though the market cap right now is lower than its previous highs, the actual development side of the project seems much stronger. And eventually, fundamentals matter. Maybe not immediately, maybe not overnight, but over time, strong partnerships and strong infrastructure usually attract attention. And here's the crazy part. We're still not even halfway through 2026 yet, and there are apparently even more developments potentially coming very soon. According to previous discussions surrounding Zebec, there could still be a major European bank partnership announcement connected to the Stellar collaboration before the end of this month. Now, obviously, until something officially happens, people should remain cautious and not treat speculation as guaranteed fact. But if this announcement really does happen, it could become one of the first major real-world implementations involving the Stellar and Zebec partnership. And honestly, if the collaboration starts with a major European bank, that would be an incredibly strong start because it would move the discussion beyond hype and closer toward actual financial integration. That's where things become very interesting long-term. Another thing people have been talking about recently is the possible mystery card launch. Now, yes, mystery is technically a meme project, and some people might not think it's a huge deal. But the important part here is that Zebec continues staying active. The ecosystem keeps moving forward instead of going silent after major announcements. That's something I think a lot of projects fail to do. They announce one big partnership and then disappear for months. But Zebec still seems to have more developments lined up. And honestly, when you step back and look at everything collectively, it's pretty crazy how much Zebec has already accomplished in just the first part of 2026. You've had Ripple partnership discussions, Stellar partnership developments, SuperApp desktop rollout, payroll expansion conversations, growing holder counts, and continued ecosystem activity. That's actually a massive amount of progress in a relatively short period of time. And let's not forget, the mobile version of the SuperApp still hasn't fully launched yet. Reports suggest it's currently in the final testing stages. So imagine if the mobile version launches successfully in the coming months. That could become another major milestone for the project moving forward. Another thing that I think many people are seriously overlooking is the ADP discussion. Simon previously talked about the possibility of working alongside ADP in some way moving forward. And for anyone unfamiliar, ADP is one of the biggest payroll companies in the world. We're talking about a company that has been in the Fortune 500 for over 30 years. That's massive. Now imagine the potential if a traditional payroll giant like ADP eventually collaborates in some form with a blockchain-based instant payroll company like Zebec. That's exactly the type of real-world adoption that could push blockchain technology further into mainstream finance. Again, nothing is guaranteed in crypto, but the fact these discussions are even happening around Zebec is already impressive on its own. And that's why I don't think the Ripple partnership is some kind of endgame for Zebec. Honestly, it feels more like the beginning of a much bigger phase, because Simon himself has already hinted that the company still has more products, more partnerships, and more integrations planned for the future. So while the Ripple partnership is obviously significant, it doesn't feel like the final chapter at all. So overall, the biggest thing to take away from all of this is that Zebec finally gave the community the official confirmation people had been waiting for. The XRP Las Vegas footage removed a huge amount of doubt, and now we have Simon himself publicly discussing the Ripple partnership directly in official footage released by Zebec. At the same time, the project still appears to be growing behind the scenes with increasing holders, expanding partnerships, possible banking integrations, super app development, and major payroll ambitions moving forward. And honestly, for a project that some people claimed was finished, Zebec still seems extremely active in 2026. Now, obviously, crypto is unpredictable and nothing is guaranteed. But based on everything we're seeing right now, Zebec definitely doesn't look like a project that's slowing down anytime soon. If anything, it feels like they're only getting started. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the official keynote footage changes anything? And do you think Zebec's partnerships with Ripple and Stellar could become much bigger in the future? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're getting value from this kind of focused, fundamentals-driven Zebec content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to ZBCN today, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. It directly supports the channel and helps this research-driven community grow. Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. I read them all. Now, let's continue with the real analysis.
to the ZBCN today. And you guys might not like it. Some of you guys don't like the automated video, but they have good news. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's remember, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. Miner is out. See you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.